Hi Chris, it's really good to be back at ULEMCo again. Thanks for having us. So when we were here last time, we spoke about ULEMCo, what it is that you're doing and the projects that you're involved in, and we touched on dual fuel. You also mentioned that you're doing some other R&D projects though, and using and looking at adopting different hydrogen technologies. So it'd be good if you can tell us what those R&D projects are and what they include.
Yeah, of course. So we've actually got quite a lot of R&D projects on at the moment, working with a variety of different technologies. All of them have the same sort of ethos, and it's about proving the flexibility and the feasibility of hydrogen in different applications and different sectors. So we've been working with some 100% hydrogen combustion engines, also fuel cell and battery technologies. These allow us to use the different technologies together to try and build the most efficient output. So we'll quite often end up with a hybrid drivetrain. So rather than just being fully reliant on hydrogen, you've got a hydrogen electric drivetrain on there. But it still allows us to take advantages of the fast refueling times with hydrogen, and then we'll use potentially the fuel cell or the combustion engine to charge the battery and reduce any long charging times that you might need.
Yeah, so I see that's obviously becoming quite a common theme really in sort of the attractiveness of using hydrogen and adopting hydrogen is that in terms of refueling logistics and operations, it's much easier to transition to that because it's so similar to diesel and petrol. It's quicker. And so when we were here last week and we had a tour of the workshop, there's some really great projects going on, but one of them that caught our eye was an aircraft tug vehicle. What's that one?
Yeah, so that's the MAT or medium aircraft tow tractor.
Right.
So that was produced as part of an Innovate UK project called Z-Hyder. And that has a 100% hydrogen combustion engine on board. So it was an old Ford V6 petrol engine which was converted to run on hydrogen, and then we use that in a series hybrid drivetrain. So there's an electric drivetrain and the hydrogen engine kicks in when the battery falls below a set state of charge and charges the battery. So what that allows is, again, with the quick refueling, so you don't have to charge the battery for long periods of time. It was a tractor that was donated by the RAF in Leeming as part of the project. And what we did is we looked at a way to produce a sustainable zero emission vehicle. So rather than building a brand new vehicle from the ground up, we took the old vehicle and essentially recycled it, making use of a lot of the equipment on the vehicle that was still fully usable. And the idea behind that being that we know that the likes of the RAF, they don't have a lot of money to spend on new vehicles, particularly when you're looking at utility vehicles like a tow tractor.
Okay, so it's almost repurposing existing vehicles in the fleet rather than scrapping them, for example. So it's much more sustainable as well by adopting hydrogen.
Yeah.
And so from the way you've explained that project, it sounds as though the combustion engine, the 100% hydrogen combustion engine is being used almost as like a static generator to produce energy that's then going to be stored in the batteries to power the vehicle?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a small battery capacity on there, so only around, I think it's around 12 or 14 kilowatt hours, and then the hydrogen engine basically charges that up as it depletes. So we've got 2 small hydrogen tanks on board. But what we found with demonstrations is that that's more than enough hydrogen for it to run its utility for a number of hours without needing to be refilled.
So you say you've realised that's enough hydrogen. So does that mean it's been used? It's actually been moving aircrafts around?
Yeah. It's been involved in multiple demonstrations. The most recent one was probably the most real world use. So we were at RIAT, which is the Royal International Air Tattoo event, a few weeks ago at Fairford Airfield, and the MAT was used to push around and reposition F-16s for a couple of days during the event, and that was really great to see because that's obviously what it was made for in the first case and what the RAF will be using it for in the future as well. So it was great to see it being used for the purpose it was intended.
Yeah, okay, and it's good to hear that these technologies are going through project phase and actually being trialled in real world demonstrations, which is really good to prove you know, the success that hydrogen can bring. And is there any other sort of applications that this particular sort of hydrogen technology, the hybrid technology, going to be adopted on anything else? Or
yeah, so due to the success of the Z-Hyder project and the MAT in general, we've started the second phase of the project. So what we're looking to do there is to make the drivetrain a little more modular so it can be fitted into different applications as well. So the first couple of applications we're looking at, again, these are ground support equipment, so it's all airside support vehicles, mostly used in the military, but we have a refueling bowser, so a petrol and diesel refueling bowser, and also an ambulift that we're looking to convert and basically make use of the same drivetrain, but just in a different package.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and I'm sure that everyone's really looking forward to seeing those come out for everyone to see when they're ready.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Chris. Really appreciate it.
No worries at all. Thank you.